Welcome to the Art Lady channel. Today's lesson is on 3D letters, and we're going to be bringing it back to a vanishing point, and the letters are going to appear to be floating in the sky above. That's the view today. And I have a straight edge letter, the A, I'm going to show you how to do, and then I picked the letter S because it seems to be the more difficult letter, and I'll explain and demonstrate how to create a curved letter with the letter S. Once you have your name sketched out across the page, then we're going to bring the letters back to the vanishing point, and it's going to create the letter in 3D. So I'm going to first show you how to do a letter that is straight. So I'm going to work on a capital letter A. So I'm going to box out my letter. I'm going to make it pretty big here for you to see. That way you can see it pretty good in the video. So my letter's boxed out the way I want, or sketched out the way I want. And now I'm going to create a box letter, meaning I'm just going to come around the letter here. And I want to make sure that these are all going to line up. So I'm going to give a light top and bottom. That way I know that all my letters are going to be in this area here. So they're all going to be the same height. So I'm just making a simple box around the letter. And then when I'm happy with the letter shape, I'm going to go ahead and trace it out with a Sharpie. You can use a ruler and trace all this and get nice straight lines, but I just want this to be a pretty quick picture, so I'm just going to sketch it out here for you. Freehand it. I do use the ruler, though, for my vanishing points, bringing it back. That helps with the exact angle. So now I have a letter that is just a simple I call it a box letter. Now I want to make this three-dimensional, and I want it to vanish down to my vanishing point. So what I do is any corner letter, the corners of my letter are going to be drawn back to my vanishing point. So every corner comes back. You want to line it up exactly to the dot. Let me see if I can, wait. So it has to be lined up exactly to the dot, so when I'm moving my pencil, it's on the dot. If I put this on the dot, it covers the dot, then my line's going to be a little bit thicker. So I need to give a little space for my lead of the pencil, and then it has to be lined up exactly to the corner, like so. And each corner I'm going to bring down to that vanishing point. So all the edges. This edge is hidden. See this corner? This is hidden inside, so I don't need to bring that one down. This one is pretty much hidden inside too, so I don't need to bring that one down. Of course, this is the outside. This is the bottom of the letter A, so that needs to be brought down to the vanishing point. And then the outer edge here can be brought down to the vanishing point as well. Oops, right there. So I have all of the parts of the letter that need to be brought down. So this view of this letter is like we're looking at it up in the sky. So this is floating in the air, and this is how we see it. Now the next thing I need to determine is how thick do I want this letter to be? And I'm going to keep it, I'm probably going to do it as half as thick as this. So I'm going to keep that thickness in mind, and what I'm going to do is follow the angles of these letters, these lines of the letters here. So I'm going to do the bottom thickness first. So I'm going to do it, this is about 3/4 of an inch, so I'm going to do it, I'm going to come down a little bit over 1/4 inch. I'm going to come down to here. So now I want all, since this is horizontal, this line, the bottom of my A, the other side needs to be horizontal as well. So I need to remember that the line I'm making now needs to be parallel with this line. So that means it needs to be equal distance, meaning I can't do it crooked. So if I trace a crooked line here, it's not going to give me the right perspective. So I need to have it horizontal. So this line's horizontal. I line up my ruler, slide it down to the thickness I like, and I trace right here. And that's going to give me the thickness here. Now, the inside here, I need to trace. I need to follow this. So this is the line angle I need to work on. And this needs to be parallel. So I come off of this corner here and go up to this line. So now this line's parallel with this. And then I'm coming across. And this line I need to make the back of. And so it needs to be parallel with this line. So the line I'm making now needs to come across. So these two are parallel. Now the inside of the letter A I do not see, but I do see the inside of this area. And so I'm coming off of this line here, and I'm just coming in there. And so now I have the letter A that's drawn three-dimensional. So now I'm just going to simply trace over the lines I want to keep, and then I'll erase any lines I don't need. And then this is the lines we don't need anymore. Whenever I make my vanishing lines, I always make them really light because I know they're going to be erased. So this is how you would make a box letter right here. So meaning a letter that is straight. All sides of the letter are straight. Now I'm going to show you, and then this is the sides that are all the three dimensions. So if you color this in a light color, this could be the shadow and the darker colors right there. So that's the letter A. Now I'm going to show you how to make a letter that is curving. And I'm going to stick it on this side because if I do it straight up, it's you don't see it as well. So I'm going to do it on this side of the page, and it's going to come back to this vanishing point. And I'm just going to pick, I think I'm going to pick a difficult letter because in case you have this one, I'm going to do an S because it seems to be the curviest of all letters. So I'm going to sketch out my top letter S, and then I'm coming down and around. I'm just giving it a pretty shape, and then I'm going to box that letter S in. So I want to box it down, around, and box it in. Now I'm going to go ahead and trace it around with my Sharpie. The letter, nice curvy letter S. There. Now I'm going to show you how to bring it back into perspective. The same as we did the straight letters, curvy letters go right back as well. Corners go to the vanishing point. This corner, you check it. Nope, I don't see it. This corner can come back to my vanishing point. This corner comes back to my vanishing point. Now, where it drops down here, as it comes to the sides of your corners, or the side of the letter, here's the curve of the letter. Now I take the vanishing point and I go to any side of the letters. Right to the side, and then this is going to have a side as well. So I'm keeping this right on my dot, sliding my ruler right to the edge of the letter. My pencil's on the dot. Now I'm just going to come on up because this is going to come down and cast shadows this way. Now what I do is I'm going to follow curves. So this is coming down from here, and I'm going to mimic this curve right in here on these lines. And then it's going to blend to this right here. It's going to come in and blend around. I'm going to mimic this curve now, give it the thickness. It comes off of here. Curve, curve, right to here. And then I'm not going to see the tip underside of this. I don't see any of the undersides. I'm just seeing the sides. Here, I see the sides, so this is going to become parallel. So this is pretty chunky like that. And this is going to mimic this curve in here. This just comes right around. So let me color in that with Sharpie so you can see it better. This is the thickness on the front. Then I see the inside here. So I follow this curve here, and I'm just curving. Here's the side of the letter, right here. And then the thickness on this side. And I follow the curve right to there. So here is the letter S, and I'm going to erase so you can see. Here is a letter S that is in 3D, coming down to perspective. And if you follow these procedures, you should be able to make the rest of the alphabet. Most of the other letters will fall into the either straight letter category, or some curves, and some letters actually have a little bit of both. But once you know the two techniques, you should be able to make the rest of them. So let me know how your 3D letters come out, and I'd love to hear from you in my comments.